Vamos a campaña porque acá estábamos. Continuar, acá está. Ok. Joffer, que verá su profesor matemáticas que has casado. Cool. Cosa importante, no me acuerdo cómo jugar, weón. Supongo que me van a decir otra cosa que hacer. 1753, la tempestad. Cool. Excelente. Ah, verdad que tenía que hacer esto.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here.
Hola.
Your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that looks nasty.
Había que poner... comprar tu próstata o poner esa mierda. Ah, la electricidad, ¿verdad? Joder. Había olvidado que se tenía que hacer la electricidad primero. Pi, 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 pi. Ok.
Did your personality actually slip?
10 seconds.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and
No, no estoy poniendo atención. Se me está el carajo.
symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
A house divided, trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now. Embittered doctors Ingrid Forsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options to end the growing tension.
Ok.
Since splitting into 2 opposing camps on day 4 of the expedition, relationships between the factions and their leaders have only worsened.
To avoid escalating
Ok, bueno, estoy
2
súper...
rival leaders are
Yeah.
discussing partitioning the cavern into 2 clearly delineated areas, rumoured to be named Wongstown and Svorsborg and Horgan's Boardwalk.
Bloodbath avoided. As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Julius
Pero bueno, explotó el...
numerous
What?
government resources to recall the product immediately after the first blindings. Said today that the new advance mark, which must be earned by all new products, would be a 100% ironclad guarantee of safety and quality.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The other couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started
Okay.
dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since professional wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts McFridge married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last
Ya
year
para tener el
in
tiro.
a wrestling ring made entirely of cake?
Ok.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO
Pues hay que me cuesta caleta esta
they
hueva.
announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a Flard will do, you need the Flardmaster 5000.
Bueno, me
That's the
asusté.
slogan accompanying the announcement that has rocked
Creo.
the construction industry this morning. The breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
Ajá.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's
National Nightly News.
Ok. Tan justo lo puse, güey. Bueno, pero qué weá el tema de las noticias.
But first tonight, while Advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic members of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in Moderate Hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope
¿Qué es
Somerset
esta gente?
Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after Advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Well, quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewatters.
It's simply
Me encantó
untenable.
lo mal
I've built
escrito que
my
estaba
life
algo.
so that it's as steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with too much spatting.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered, Robin.
Fuddle-dee-doo. My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with ribbons, Robin.
Okay.
Well, at least you've been rehoused in a nice big house.
Big
Huh?
house. But this grubby little gaddispatch only has one staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room are the same bloody place.
¿Pero qué les
Imagine
pasa a
that.
esta gente?
And everyone's grub in one room. One room, Robin.
So what would you say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long? And that these
Efectivamente, te vaya a estar
redistributions are both fair and just.
I hardly think we've had it easy for fussle's sake. Only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
Ajá.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked the right bloody question,
Well,
Robin.
Me carga que esté mal traducido. Hay muchas palabras de mierda. A no ser que lo estén haciendo con querer.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. Daddy tried to shoot him in
Okay.
the buttocks and he ran off into the woods.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, that's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic. But what can you do?
Las
We
caras.
will rise and rebel. We wage war on our revolting rulers with righteous words and rebellious writings. Our best guess in our quest for redress is the divest.
Ya
our
supongo
breath
que
with
están. Ya es que ya
others.
entendí. Que los subtítulos están.
Daddy! Daddy, it's
Daddy!
something!
Please don't do that. We can't show this on the news.
Right, you buggers! Tilly-ho! Tilly! Get the dog!
Tilly's our mummy. She's proper cracked off.
What the fuck?
Well, at least you are showing some shame.
Free at last!
Somerset Bentley!
¿Qué está pasando?
See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp work, boy.
¿Qué wea está pasando?
You know.
And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
We just want to be fudding our fun, that's all.
We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want
Pero,
the world
weón.
to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Yes, we bloody well will. Spaff and piff pop.
Pero weón.
Are you okay?
Daddy, how could you?
Oh, shut up and get your
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one in the top legs, it's back to you in the
I'll get the
studio.
dog.
I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in Moderate Hatchings.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's certainly a story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen
¿Qué
enough
pasó,
sharp
weón?
work
¿Por
like
qué?
that.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really catch on? It doesn't seem like the way we do things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Well, hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes,
Ojalá no.
well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the slogans.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm busting. Oh,
Pero weón.
She's funny.
Y cuando puso la weá de próstata, jaja.
I think it's very endearing.
She wants your job.
She's welcome to it. Why is it raining on my desk?
Alex,
Huh?
we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake.
Bueno.
No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Ok. What? Pero ¿por qué no? No, pero está todo bien, po. What?
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5,
What?
4,
No puedo. What?
3.
Tengo que hacer reintentar porque no me dejaba como... No me dejaba subir. No me dejaba volver a la parte de arriba. No sé desde dónde guardo. So, no, fuck.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news.
Okay.
Bozeman out.
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10
Oh,
seconds.
I just felt a drip.
Okay.
Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry?
Igual no me deja cambiarla, así que...
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers
Okay.
about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here for the
Yay.
first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker,
Yay.
the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for his signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on.
Striker go first.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
D-robe.
Harris,
Okay.
Perhaps
Can we
the
bring the
brawn
ball
and not the
into
brains.
play, please?
Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
Okay.
Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker
Okay.
for shot number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Was there contact? Don't know why you complained. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better.
Okay, cool.
First, of course, after the argument with the ref, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
También. What the fuck está pasando? ¿Por qué todo esto es tan...?
Giving it large.
Second round. Double. Harris.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse.
Okay.
Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling.
Ya, ok, estoy tratando de ponerla ahí para que no.
And women's body, yeah. All right.
Voy.
So back into round 2 now, and Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
What the fuck?
Harris. And was that offensive thumbscrew? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker.
Vale.
And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the
¿Qué?
ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket.
¿Qué está pasando?
I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming, jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, always said that. And after all, he is a game of 2 halves.
Pero weón, ¿qué está pasando?
But now, of course, it's time for the halftime show. Sponsored by Remington's Fish.
No entiendo nada del juego, weón.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Nice piece of music here to start the halftime show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. He's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not.
Pero ¿por qué, güey? ¿Qué está pasando, verdad?
And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Oh boy, cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one.
No entiendo nada de lo que está pasando, hermano.
Round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads, but unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad.
Okay.
So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be that ball, am I right, ladies? Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
No entiendo nada, de verdad que no entiendo nada. Estoy súper pillada.
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps. And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course.
Sé que no digo nada porque es demasiada información la que estoy estudiando, güey.
Here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker.
What?
And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like. I mean,
Okay, de nuevo esta gente.
I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see.
Okay, no puedo, se supone que no puedo mostrar los genitales ni nada de eso.
They're sort of everywhere, aren't they?
Acá.
Try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match.
Okay.
Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters, absolute wasters.
Pero que pero weón.
It's an absolute bloody.
Okay.
Now we're going to go into the final round, and of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. Really
Cool.
good at this point. Really high level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Hold.
¿Por qué? No entendí nada.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did.
Pero weón.
So a wonderful move there, quite late on from Striker. But she's in it to win it. On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on.
¿Qué está pasando, weón? Esto es demasiado largo.
What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic. There we go, Jeremy. That is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please.
Vale, weón, ¿qué acabo de ver?
Of the first annual Sports Board Championship
Ok.
is
Again, a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship.
Pero
I'm gonna be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals.
Hermano, no entiendo nada.
And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all is left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary fight.
¿Qué
Historic
pasó?
sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back,
What the
I'll
fuck?
be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
What the fuck?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently. You'll be fine.
Literalmente no entiendo nada de lo que está pasando.
I'm immune
Demasiado.
to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Bozeman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. The storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Bozeman out.
Sorry about all these
Okay.
buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there. Triple single.
We'll look into it.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to
¿Por
be
qué te la
alive.
cagás? No sé si vamos a explotar, se va a quedar todo el carajo.
But that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Is your seat damp?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Cheeky cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
Ajá, qué
Yes,
chistoso.
it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whinges most.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Ok.
It's dripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may
Okay.
turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
when we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Ya, como que.
Your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean,
De la vida.
really scares you.
De la vida.
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera,
Oh,
Pet?
sorry, yes, it's camera 4 right there.
When I was 13, me mam came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. Me granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Petey, he said, it's the right time.
Me voy a la verga.
I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that.
Viejo
He
weón.
had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point.
Falta leer para él.
It were awful for him.
Para todo el mundo en realidad.
I could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today
Okay, ¿va a poder tenencia?
300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional
Toda
support
mierda.
are all catered for and paid for by the government. So,
Aguante.
even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who
Van a ir matando hueones, weón.
don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline. It's
This microphone pack has just given me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it fried my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry. My apologies all.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got a sack to get. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
What?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, a raw shell face, fucker. That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days
Pero,
eating
weón.
gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... Mad grandmother with a rusty twat.
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Oh, shit.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information
Okay.
film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting
¿Qué está
started.
pasando, hermano?
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Our thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board final. And we'll
Yay.
see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Bye. ¡Coche tu madre!
So they just...
¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Te explotó?
Anyway, this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned, but otherwise not the leak.
¿Exploté? Queda más fructífera en broadcast. Yeah, cool, pero weón, exploté. Dinero actual. Muchas vacaciones, yay. ¿Cuántas? Puedes permitírtelo todo. Hostia. A ver. Peter Clement, un famoso de la tele con un popular programa de bricolaje. Es una realidad de los más. Hostia puta. Me explotó la mano, weón. O sea, yo supongo que me explotó la mano. Bueno, supongo que ahora sería... confinamiento. Joder.
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay?
No sé.
Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, the little bastards. Turn on the snuggles
¿Qué son?
pushing the big red button and it'll deal with them for you.
¿Qué vergas son?
Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again.
Ok.
Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now.
¿Qué eran esas mierdas?
We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot.
Ok. La plegaria de edad, pensamiento de operador, riesgos laborales. Weón, ¿qué eran esas weas?
This has no credibility, Jenny. No
Ah, bueno,
professionalism.
es confinamiento, pero...
It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference. Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend
Yeah, okay.
going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Ajá. Ok.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
She says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
Ok.
5, 4, 3...
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good
And
evening.
I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefuck? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we had so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements.
Alright.
All
Ah,
the
bueno,
more to make sure
la
that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
¿Qué son esas mierdas?
The Mrs. Snugglehugs are only ankle height.
¿Es de los güeyes que están atacando?
Easily by young, healthy individuals. They do, however, pose a particular risk to the elderly or those with pre-existing medical conditions like fatal bruise syndrome.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehugs' batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behavior in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
In response to a nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was of course raided by the Mrs. Snugglehugs to construct their vast hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution, or at least that's their excuse.
Going it alone.
Well-
Popular crustacean Johnny Hamsleeves is back in the news today as this astonishing photograph that he leaked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her new show, Chocolate Clit Bombs, for its now
What?
postponed grand opening. Let's hope the exhibits don't melt.
It's great to see a celebrity using their time wisely, as the government suggests, by developing a new hobby or fetish, and most importantly, by keeping your spirits up. Nice to see Johnny doing his little...
¿Qué güey está pasando?
The shape of things to come. In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Svorsborgen Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Greetings from Svorsborgen Horgensvoord. We've got the generators up and running again, and not a peep from the boys' side in days now. They don't seem to have the ability to be able to focus on more than one thing. It's fascinating. I mean, they're monkeys, basically, flinging their feces around and playing with themselves. We've got a choice of spas our side, and the best patisseries you've ever seen.
No te entiendo nada.
28 years down here, all they've managed to invent is a pointless game called Run, Kick, Ball, and some kind of snack called a rock witch. Mum says if it wasn't for their sperm, we could probably do without them. And our top people reckon that we'd be able to make it artificially in the next decade or so.
Okay.
So there's that. Helvetica out.
Bye. Supongo.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But as everyone knows, time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why goldfish are so stupid.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bowl,
the thicker the goldfish.
There's no denying the logic of that.
Class war, a worrying turn today for the formerly rich as ever more punishing measures are announced, Alex.
With the country becoming ever more hostile to the previously wealthy, those who manage to skip the country must be very grateful to the people who help them right now.
We have it from several sources.
¿Qué es eso?
Rich runaways have actually begun to spontaneously lose their teeth one by one.
Asco.
Is it some sort of cosmic justice, or has masked vigilante Dental Dennis been up to his old tricks again?
And Advance speaks out, with the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world. Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening, and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget,
Okay.
how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. I know many of you feel
¡Qué
lost
verga!
right now. I know I do. Which has nothing to do with the waning support for the government, and I don't know why you keep saying that. We're doing loads, okay? We have scientists looking into the lifespan of lithium batteries.
¡Qué verga estos monos, weón!
Not the red wine cures cancer kind. And no, I can't tell you when all this will be over. So just stop asking, will you?
Dale, then. Gracias.
Let's stop focusing on us and what we're doing and start focusing on you. Because I have some questions for you, actually. Why don't you think the rules apply to you? Do you really think sunbathing is classed as exercise? And since when was hummus essential? Doesn't feel so good, does it?
Ah!
So yes, we've probably made some mistakes. But for now, let's not look at who did what or why. Let's put the full responsibility for this on you.
Weón, se están muriendo las guaguas culiadas acá afuera. Son los juguetes, creo.
Feel anxious. Turn on each other if you have to. Fight over sponges and then go home and stay there and think about what you've done. Just don't turn on us. That won't help anyone. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who found themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on if you were, say, a news programme.
What?
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Remington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Bueno, lo puse antes de la mierda. ¿Qué está pasando? Esa hueá va a explotar y ¡pum! ¿Qué le pasa a esta gente? ¿Qué le pasa a esos monos culiados que están muriendo? Sé que es el juguete que estaba mal hecho. Que estuvieron diciendo todo el rato que el juguete explotaba y todo eso, y creo que tomó vida y por eso hay confinamiento.
First tonight, how did we get here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield Millkirky is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Svengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing laboratory in what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yay!
Sorry, us? Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
I've always seemed to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions. It's all very technical.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From
¿Qué viene esa
wea?
wea? Esta wea que tenés.
Especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys. We are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such unforeseen consequences?
Mary Shelley?
We see you, Sophia Rimington.
Oh.
You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first
¿Cómo salen a la mierda, weón?
He put it on my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little executioner just wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously.
Están explotando lo bueno afuera.
He made to found Rimming Toys, which is now just one small part of the global supermassive megacore that is Rimington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory.
Cool.
Another one of his pet projects.
¿Cómo su tabaco para niños? What the fuck?
Lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. Passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why
Es como los Poppy. Playtime, pero más estúpido.
We're launching
Fuera de control.
around the world from midnight tonight.
We said science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the wind, its fart under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please, don't keep us in suspense any longer.
Won't be my feature she's making up next.
Remington's Fist
is
proud to present Snuggle Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times.
Okay.
Each box of Snuggle Traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehugs in its tracks. That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes.
Well.
You know the best thing? They're only $129.
Ah, ya, baratito.
Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about Snuggle Traps is they're powered by next-generation Flardinium batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you, Mr. Donaldson. You are screaming and yelling.
Your friends
are crying. They fear you. And then you're gone.
Ah, se lo van a comer los gallos.
Chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Are they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys, but they're explosive fun.
¿De qué estamos hablando?
Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
Was that all right?
Oh yes, Doctor, that was exactly what we
What the fuck?
Very nice, that young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my skeptical arsehole.
Excelente.
Hello, mate. It's Dave.
Hola.
I can't believe this, but I've decided to come home.
Yay.
And I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex. See you, mate.
Bye. Chao, compi.
You wouldn't let your children drift off down the river to uncertain
No matter what the
It's
fuck.
been a long time coming. Exactly. You've said it. I've said it. He must know. He's not stupid. I just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us. No, Jenny. You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. I'll get him. I've made the cake. You're on the balloons. I've got no idea how old he is. 40? 17? Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Roof. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our
pleasure.
encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
Oh, yeah.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled
Cool.
indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James is Right.
What the fuck? ¿Por qué tiene que tener peso? ¿Qué chicha?
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed.
Obviamente.
And, frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us quiet. Shh. They want us compliant.
Bien.
And they want us inside.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but...
Did you know 3,000 people die every
Literalmente lo estoy viendo explotar afuera.
That's a lot of...
Lo único que te digo, están explotando afuera.
No different.
Ahora, no sé si está...
Hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit!
Well then,
Yo
I must
sé.
be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying...
Hermanos, se están rentando de afuera.
And that simply isn't true. Corrupt media lies.
O sea, sí, pero...
Respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all.
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support.
Güey, le pegáis una pataza, güey, y se van a la mierda. ¿Cómo chucha no pueden terminar de hacerlo?
But it won't.
Yes, right, exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need huge financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
To repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or
Salieron a la mierda.
beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily into health. so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made monsters on its own people to conceal the enemy within?
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army.
¿Y cómo le llegó ¿Cómo le llegó ¿Cómo le llegó la almohada, weón?
That's what you sound like.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
Oh.
Friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
Pero bueno, empezado.
Oh, good one.
No, pobre Alan de qué.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real
bien,
food for
juntos.
thought there
Brad.
from two of the territory's leading minds.
Con razón le llegó el poco tiempo.
Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate, which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello.
Hola.
Yes, hello. I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. So my question is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just?
Que los pocos los cuentes flotando afuera.
The fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised. Will he die? Underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid.
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
That's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick.
Oh yeah, Patrick.
Just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy. Not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice, and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course,
Por favor, dime que la atacaron de las weas.
And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you actually, Jeremy. There.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on? Oh god. I'm just looking for.
Tiene una pantalla verde, ¿cierto? Sí. Sí, de café, mira, conté.
Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign, it says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh, yeah, that's
Tal cual, tal cual.
That is like, that's strange, that's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
En la casa.
Alright, fine, I'm not on Bannon Avenue, I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom, technically, but, you know, I couldn't face it.
Pero, weón.
You know, it's terrible out there, I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
Can you hear that sound? What the hell's that?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no!
Sí.
Oh, bollocks.
Viene.
There's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
You're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit, fucking, listen to me, you bastards! If you're
Vienen los weas, chicas.
piss off, you little fucking snuggle fucks! I'm too talented to die! Oh, what the fucking hell? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off.
¿Pero qué pasó? Pero pégale un nahuate.
What do you see, Patrick?
Ahí viene la cagada. Pero pégale las patas.
Thank you, Patrick, for that report.
Pero weón.
And more importantly, management. Just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be happy to take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right.
What?
Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
What the fuck? Me rompieron la ventana. Cool. What? Hermano, no entendí nada. Supongo que esto será para que esta weá se...
No, I'm not. I'm not going to. I don't have to. No, you're being a child. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
¿I'm not qué?
No, no. Oh, 5, 4, 3.
No aguanto bien.
Back to the National Library. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you.
Ya acá estoy jugando un juego de terror al final, güey. What the fuck?
Entertain the public with absolute nonsense. Other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win. And who will National Nightly lose?
National Nightly, National Nightly, National Nightly lose.
So, how do we play? Well, joining me is a man who knows all about playing.
¿Qué son las mierdas que estamos viendo?
Hello, Tommy.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
Perdón.
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that actually. Yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy.
Yeah. You called during nap time, so.
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy. You sausage.
¿Qué le pasa a esta gente, güey? ¿Qué güey estos monos?
3 questions about what else yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Oh.
Thank you.
Bien.
This.
Is that? What is that?
Yo calzoncillo.
Athletic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it, so.
Oh, well then. What a
Muy bien.
fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once-in-a-lifetime prize, Jimmy?
I believe we have.
¿Qué
Angie on
está
the line.
pasando, güey?
How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you. Both of you.
Well,
Okay.
you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well,
Okay.
what can I say? My name is Angie. Always has been. I'm a human woman. And my dental hygiene has been described as acceptable.
Okay.
Brilliant! Right, well.
Excelente.
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts. No, now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
13th of August at 7:19.
Pero ¿por qué se sabe la hora?
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. What? I said what is my favorite color?
crushed praline fork.
Garrapiñada aplastada.
Correct
What?
the colour of my nipples. And finally, Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
What?
Unbelievable.
Get
That
the-
is correct.
what?
Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Hartleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie darling.
Okay.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you...
Ah, me lo pitié.
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
Wait.
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well,
Okay.
you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent
¿Qué mierda le pasa a los monos?
Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, amongst others.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but they won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to
Okay.
claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Yay.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
Where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No.
Mame.
fucking way.
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We got time, we got time.
¿Pero qué está pasando?
If it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right. Don't worry.
Hey, I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
¿Pero qué?
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Muy bien.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Timely just...
Pago regular de la montación poderosa, pues sí.
Overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So,
Ningún dijo animales, güey.
the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
No.
Yes, I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine. How
Well.
do you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate.
No entiendo nada.
Something here.
Oh, the bear,
Oh,
you
yes, right. This one is much better. So, this one tells
En realidad, un presentador de noticias debe pasar por tantas estas mierdas.
Is a very sad bear because all of the other bears don't think that it'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at
Okay.
his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
Yay!
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise old octopus.
Yay! Un oso con un octopus, con un pulpo, yay.
Don't be sad.
¿Por qué estamos viendo esto? ¿Y por qué hay tanto rating para esta mierda?
You have this ambition and these dreams.
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need to do, Mr. Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find
¿Por qué tanto rating? ¿Por qué?
crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Okay.
Wow. You really have taken yourself to new depths. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you alright, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two
What?
about inevitable mediocrity.
Okay.
And
I'll fuck
Mr.
it
Bear
again.
settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into
¿Cómo estoy manteniendo el rating tan grande con esta mierda acá?
Maths teacher.
And we end. We end on a big
¿Por qué?
musical number. Oh, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
No.
I might be able to... Hang on. Can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
What?
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted.
Oh, but what the fuck acaba de pasar?
I can only apologize in advance for what we're all about to endure.
Sí, gracias.
There's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm, like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms.
¿Qué pasó?
There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow, they're always in good moods. But
Sí,
that's
sí,
'cause
gracias.
they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food.
Okay.
Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine
¿Por qué?
thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house, ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into
Tengo que ir con el ritmo por si acaso.
now he's
Por eso lo estoy diciendo.
alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear,
Me cago en la puta. ¿Por qué estamos haciendo esto, G?
lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never.
¿Por qué, weón? Demasiado tiempo. ¿Y por qué está el rating tan a tope?
That is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualization will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there?
Bueno, si lo estoy haciendo bien.
Dreams go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Weón, ¿qué está pasando?
We say goodnight. There's just time for tonight's parable. For it did come to pass that on the road there was
Weón.
a wise
Y
man
me dejaron de atacar cuando estaban atacando. What the fuck?
And there did come upon them from the local village a truth seeker named Unlikely Brian. And he did come to them with arms, and someone else's arms, and a question.
¿Por qué está
Wild and weird and foolish man, he said, whilst dancing the traditional jig of inquiry common in those lands at those times. How, grant thou, can the many weights
No
and
estoy
measures of life
entendiendo
be
nada.
balanced? And the
O sea,
wise
entiendo que
man
los muñecos nos atacan, pero las noticias, weón.
rich is greater than family. And the foolish man did say he'd heard a good tip for the camel race and that it was a sure thing. And the weird man did say that 2 ears was just the right number, because there was no good place to put a third that wouldn't be aesthetically upsetting.
Okay.
Although he did see the use for a second anus.
What?
And Unlikely Brian did fall into wonder and befuddlement at their answers, although he was also wondering if either the foolish man or the weird man had any actual value in this sort of professional consultative environment, for what he did not know was that the profound man and the practical man were both on annual leave that week, and the foolish man and the weird man were all that the agency had available. But what Unlikely Brian did not reveal was that he was asking for his friend Alex, who had enraged their spouse over a passport, treated their son Charlie like he was still a little baby, and was too miserly to
¿Está hablando de mí?
for their daughter's holiday.
¿Está hablando de mí? What the fuck?
And thus did Alex's family become like our Lord when he discovered.
Chucha, lo corté si quieres. ¿Por qué me está hablando a mí, weón, de mi vida?
I'm Archangel Megan Wolf. Have a hateful night.
What?
Are we done? Oh my god. I thought I was going to piss myself halfway through that. Not even joking. Right, babe, I've got to go and get my bits done. Yeah, I'm seeing that guy tonight again, aren't I?
What?
At the end of the day, babe, see, makes my fanny flutter. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, come on then, you lot, out my house. And you, Alex. All right? I don't want you here when I'm on my date. I promise. Alex.
What?
Wake up.
Wake up. What? No estoy entendiendo bien por dónde va. O sea, igual tiene sentido que fuera un... Vamos a continuar. Si es un... ¿Cómo se llama? Los de 153, no. Ah, ya. Mal despertar. Ok, esto quería ver yo. El pitido compensado del monitor cardíaco te hace volver en ti. Al abrir los ojos te recibe un semicírculo de rostros preocupados. Claro, pues si en realidad te quemó la guay. Tu familia está contigo y es una escena bastante reconfortante de este lugar desconocido. Pestañeas unas cuantas veces para liberarte del sueño y focalizas a todo el mundo. Sam tiene una mezcla de frustración y preocupación en el rostro. No está en vuestro mejor momento. Chris no es que ayude mucho precisamente. Chris creo que era el tío, hermano de Sam. Se cierne sobre el hombro de Sam con una expresión desagradable y se ve a la legua que no os profesáis demasiado amor. Aunque Sam se nota de desasosiego, ambos rostros están adornados por ese típico sueño frustrado. Le acerca la mano a Sam. Gracias por venir, cielo. No me puedo creer que hayas estado junto al dúo ni oye cosas raras. La curación por ti triunfa y Sam te da la mano antes de darte un beso en la frente. Claro que sí, cielo. ¿Dónde iba a estar Fino? Por primera vez en muchos os dedicáis una sonrisa sincera antes de que desvíe la mirada hacia el resto de la familia. Susie se encuentra junto a Sam, pero parece menos preocupada ahora que te despertó y empieza a sonreír. Ves la preocupación de Sam en los ojos de tu hija, pero no tarda en convertirse en una mueca de desaprobación en cuanto se percata de que la estás mirando. Me alegro que estés bien, lo dice entre dientes, pero deja claro que a pesar de vuestra diferencia aún le importa. Sí, gracias, suspiras porque no eres capaz de articular nada. Gracias por venir. Protestas en broma. Protestas en broma. Susie no puede evitar sonreírte mientras rueda los ojos con una expresión afable. Te alegra tenerla aquí. Charlie te llama la atención cuando se pone a juguetear con la esquina de la sábana. Inclina la cabeza hacia tu lado y lo miras, levantando una ceja sin entender la situación. Charlie se pone tenso en cuanto te giras para mirarlo y la preocupación le invade el rostro. O sea, fijo que estás viendo. Pregunta al fin, a la vez que desvía la mirada. Claro que sí, colegui, no hay que protestar bien, Charlie. Charlie te mira y esboza una sonrisa. Es una de esas tan contagiosas que no tarda en extenderse por toda la sala. Siempre es un placer tenerlo a tu lado. Deja de sonreír en cuanto ves a tu madre, que se encuentra mirando por la ventana con desgana. A pesar de todo lo que has hecho, no se encuentra demasiado bien últimamente. ¿Te encuentras bien, mamá? Tu madre se sorprende tanto cuando la llamas que sale de su desoñación. Te gira y te sonríe y te alegra de ver que te reconoce, cosa cada vez más atípica. Pues claro, cielo, ¿cómo te encuentras? Sonríe y asiente, pero antes de que pueda responder, una doctora entra a la sala y echa a todo el mundo. Te pregunta, como mínimo por enésima vez, que cómo te encuentras. Dadas las circunstancias, bastante bien. Perfecto. No hay signo de daño, solo un poco de conmoción en el sistema antiguo. Como si le hubiera dado un calambre, dice con una sonrisa en la cara. No te recomendaría volver a hacer nada parecido. Claro, que tendrá el frescor de una lechuga en cuanto descanses un par de días en la casa. Se da la vuelta para irse y se detiene en la puerta. Ah, y tanto la habitación como los cuidados, dice la doctora mientras señala la sala por parece bastante cara. Corre toda cuenta el señor Boseman. Te ha dejado esa flor y dice que no te preocupes y que puedes tomarte todo lo que queda de la semana libre. Ferirlo, yay, es lo mínimo que podía hacer, sí, de hecho, sí. Una semana después, supongo. Más de una semana después, pues. Son 2 semanas después, hola, Ale. Una carga por qué soportar. Ya 180, una carga que soportar. Llegas a casa después de trabajar hasta tarde. No fue broadcaster, puta. Demasiado resumen, velo y stream. Ve las emisiones porque ya llevo como 3 horas del juego. Me apaga hacerte el resumen porque ha pasado mucho. Trabajamos, lo único que te puedo decir es que trabajamos en una de editores de un canal de noticias y pasan cosas entre medio que tenéis que decidir cosas de la familia y bla bla bla. Cosas tuyas personales, que es lo que estamos haciendo ahora. Llegas a casa después de trabajar hasta tarde y ves que la luz de la cocina sigue encendida, cosas que no suele ser buena señal. Todos suelen estar en la cama a esta hora. Abre la puerta de la cocina con cuidado y ves a Sam en la mesa. Este lo jugué la semana pasada, así que está ahí el directo por ahí. Está resubido. O lo voy a subir esta semana en YouTube. Todos deben estar en la cama hasta ahora. Abre la puerta de la cocina con cuidado y ves a Sam en la mesa. Tienes un montón de documentos y facturas delante, y por lo que parece el segundo paquete de galletas que se ventila. Te dedica una sonrisa un tanto forzada cuando te sientas a su lado. Sam frunce el ceño y vuelve a mirar la factura que tiene entre manos. Hola cielo, estaba echando un ojo a la factura nada más. Mira hacia la puerta de la despensa que se ha convertido en la habitación de tu madre. Hemos hecho de lo que hemos podido, pero creo que Casar necesita una enfermera que la cuide. De repente la única que se vence las facturas. Por suerte, con todo el dinero que hemos ganado y que hemos podido ahorrar, tenemos más que suficiente para salir adelante. Además, si Susie te echa una mano, solo tendríamos que contratar a la enfermera de media jornada, dice Sam, sonriéndote. Sé que las cosas no han sido nada fáciles y que no será barato, pero es tu madre, así que es lo que nos toca, ¿no? Me sonríe gratamente. ¿Cómo vas a pagar los cuidados que necesita tu madre? Hace como que tu madre ha cambiado. Por lo que a lo mejor ya va siendo hora de tener en cuenta la otra opción. ¿Cómo no vas a pagar los cuidados que necesita tu madre? Los males han quedado enterrados al menos de momento, por lo que coges los documentos. Podrían no haberle pagado la web. Coges los documentos y demás y los metes todos en un cajón. Es un alivio no tener que preocuparse más por el tema. O eso lo habías dicho Sam. Horas después eres incapaz de conciliar el sueño. Te quedas mirando el techo sin dejarle dar vueltas las cosas. ¿Cuánto durará el dinero? Depende. Depende de si voy bien y puedo seguir ganando más. Ok, supongo que ahora viene de nuevo noticiero. Pero quería dejarlo hasta acá esto. Porque igual llevo 1 hora 25 de juego. Supongo que empieza el noticiero. No, yo las tomo. Te dan opciones. Algunas que solamente una, pero te dan siempre opciones. El silencio. Ok, lo voy a dejar hasta acá. Espérate, antes de ver eso. Antes de empezar, voy a dejar acá. Salir a menú. Sí, probablemente guardo acá mismo, así que no importa. Ok, debe tener varios finales porque hay varias decisiones que hay que tomar. Y si es que lo hacéis mal, si es que tenéis plata, si es que no. Porque si lo hacéis mal probablemente te paguen menos y así. Tenéis varias cosas. Me pasan puras cagas. Ok, salir.